charges were presented against the man who allegedly murdered her mother, Andrea. The 41-year-old mother of two's neighbors, 67-year-old Leon Pye, and his granddaughter, 4-year-old Chaos Yates, also murdered that same day, all allegedly at the hands of 42-year-old Lawrence Anderson. Investigators alleging Anderson killed Andrea Blankenship first, forcing his way into her home through a back door, and according to court documents, quote, removed her heart, taking it to his uncle Leon Pye's home, where he, quote, cooked it, and allegedly tried to make Leon and his wife Delcy eat it before attacking them along with their granddaughter Chaos, who was only visiting for the day. Dropped off by her parents Teranzo and Tasha just hours before.
Tell your kids you love them. Do everything with them that you possibly can.
Delcy would survive the attack, but she suffered stab wounds in both eyes. Now released from the hospital, wearing sunglasses in the courtroom.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again, hit you all with another video. Hope y'all are having a very great day. Hope you all are having a very great week so far. My day and week is going very good. I know you all may have heard of a story that recently went viral coming out of Oklahoma by way of Chickasaw. If I'm saying it very wrong, please forgive me because I'm just saying it the way it's pronounced. Chicka, whatever the hell it is. But anyway, you all already know about the story. And let this be a lesson to you all when you're trying to help your family and your friends, especially your so-called family, because just because your blood does not make you kin. But anyway, you all, I want to paint a different picture to this story because a lot of people are painting this picture as you shouldn't release prisoners early, for people who's coming up off their sentence and whatnot. Maybe they served a third of their sentence, or maybe they served a half of their sentence. Like when you get sentenced to 10 years, you do 2 or 3 years, and then you get out on parole or whatnot. They try and sit up here and say that basically they need to stop that in certain states, especially like Oklahoma, because of what this guy did. The guy that goes in question goes by the name of Lawrence Paul Anderson. Look just like a damn Anderson. And no offense to all the Andersons out there watching. 42 years old, or maybe 41. They say his age is 41. Some say it's 42. But anyway, he looked every bit a rough and gruesome 52 in the face. Now, what he did was very so cold and very calculated because, it's one thing to get released from prison, but then 3 weeks later, you go get on some damn drugs, PCP allegedly. You go to your neighbor's house, cut the woman's heart out, and later they got her heart cut out, goes by the name of Andrea Lynn Blankenship. And may she rest in peace. It's hard to say may she rest in peace when you do stories like this, especially the way these people die. But you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, God will welcome her into heaven because it's a sad situation what this guy did. And not only did he cut the woman's heart out, but he goes back to his uncle's house, which his uncle let him parole out to his home. And this goes to show you can't help your damn family sometimes. Sometimes you got to let them go, especially when they reach a certain age. 40-something is still too damn old to be getting in trouble and also committing these damn murders. So Lawrence Paul Anderson goes back to his uncle's house, cooks Andrea Lynn Blankenship heart, and then basically add potatoes with it like that was going to spruce it all up. Now, I don't know what the hell this guy was thinking, but you have quite a few people saying that this guy, Lawrence, was under some kind of mental illness or whatnot. I don't want to hear that because I don't believe he was under mental illness, and I'll explain to you why in a second. But the fact that he would cook this woman heart, serve it with potatoes, and then try to force the family to eat it. But evidently the uncle and the auntie had to do something was wrong because how the hell do this guy cook this meal? We all know what certain things look like. And I'm sure damn well they didn't have no liver in the damn home. So where the hell did he get a damn piece of liver from? Come to find out there wasn't no liver, there was a heart. And not only did the 67-year-old uncle die, he goes by the name of Leon Pye. May he rest in peace. My condolences goes out to the Pye family. He also killed his uncle, stabbed his uncle's wife, who I'm thinking that's his wife, or maybe it's his sister, but I'm thinking that's his wife, Delcy Pye. She survived, stabbed her in both of the eyes, and ultimately killed Leon's granddaughter, who goes by the name of Chaos Yates, who was 4 years old. A sad situation. But you got to think this right here. What in the hell drives people to do this right here? But when you live a life of crime and you ain't never changed, guess what? Sooner or later, like the old folks say, something that's like will slow you down. You know what I'm saying? You may not want to believe me, but guess what? If you're out here doing wrong, sooner or later, something in life will slow you down. But I'm not going to tarry too long with this story. We're going to read a little backdrop, and I'm going to show you why all this laid up to the way it laid up, because you can only avoid the law for so long. You can only get in trouble for so long before something happened to you where you're dead or whether you will be gone for a whole life sentence. And then the nerve of this fat bastard sit up here and tell the judge that he do not want bail. You ain't gonna get bail any damn way. But anyway, I'm gonna read a quick snippet from this story, and I'm going to give my opinion, all of it, surely, as we go. Cannibal 41 cut out his neighbor's heart and cooked it with potatoes to feed his family before stabbing his uncle and a 4-year-old girl to death. A sad situation. And from what I'm hearing, the parents of K.R. Yates just dropped their daughter off, and a few hours later, she wound up dead after this mess happened. But my question is this also. Why in the hell did Lawrence Paul Anderson parole out to his mom or dad's house if they're still alive or whatnot? I'm not sure if the parents are still alive, but why in the hell did he parole out to the grandmother's house or somebody else? Not saying that, you wish they would have died. Of course, you don't wish death on nobody. But what in the hell will his immediate family at, like his mom, dad, or grandmama or granddaddy? I'm sure they didn't want to put up with his ass anyway. Now, let's start. Convicted cocaine dealer Lawrence Paul Anderson, fat ass, was ordered back to prison in 2017 for more than 20 years after being caught with a gun and using and selling drugs. So it goes to show you this guy had a history of substance abuse when he was using drugs and whatnot. And people want to say mental illness. Hell no. What happened, he got out there in Oklahoma, got him a bad batch of that PCP or some bad cocaine, most likely PCP since he was already privy to that. He got that, and after not doing drugs for about 3 years, it blew his damn mind and totally whacked him out or whatnot. Now, I'm not saying this guy wasn't suffering some kind of form of psychosis, but anytime you have some kind of mental illness, psychosis, or whatnot, and then you use drugs, that's a recipe for disaster. I mean, look at all the videos I have already done discussing and showing people with mental illness, and then they go use drugs like the guy in Florida who killed his mom and everything and left his mom in the damn house. He had mental illness, but he was also using drugs. Now, let's continue. Anderson remains a threat to both society and himself. His probation and parole officer reported at the time. So they was already trying to tell the people that this guy was a menace to what? Society. He was the name O-Dog. Now, he got out January the 18th. He just got his ass out of damn jail January the 18th after a little more than 3 years behind bars for a 20-year sentence. So they cut him short just after 3 years. And what a blessing to get out there early. But then again, it wasn't no damn blessing because look what he done. But you know how many people would have cut their hand off, would have gave their life just to get out early? Not saying they would have did the same thing. But let this not reflect on everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to paint a broad brush with everybody that you shouldn't let them out. True, you're going to have some people who are going to mess up in life. True, you're going to have some people who are going to do what the hell they want to do. But at the same time, you're going to have a few people who are going to go ahead and do the right thing, clean up their life, and walk the straight and narrow path, because guess what? Ain't no future in no damn jail cell. And for a man who want to go back and forth to jail, whether you're a man or a woman, shows where you at. Either you got a girlfriend in there or a boyfriend in there. Let's continue. Now, on Tuesday, he killed his uncle and a 4-year-old and attacked his aunt at their home in Chickasaw, the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation reported. Now, Lawrence Paul Anderson also admitted to killing his neighbor, Andrea Lynn Blankenship. Anderson was first sentenced to prison in Oklahoma in 2006 for 4 years for attacking his girlfriend, pointing a gun at her, and possession of crack cocaine with the intent to distribute. Records show he was out in less than 2 years. Okay, maybe it probably was his first or second offense, but the fact is he got sentenced to 4 years. He did 2 years. Okay, now he went back to prison in 2012 to serve a 15-year sentence for selling crack cocaine near an elementary school in Chickasaw. He was also ordered to spend 20 years on probation after his release. He was out in less than 5 years and 5 months. So he already got another 15-year sentence. Before then, he got a 4-year sentence. Okay, they let him out in 5 years on that 15-year sentence. Now, he was sent back to prison in December 2017, just a few years ago, to serve more than 20 years when a judge both revoked his probation in full and sentenced him for new crimes. His probation violations included testing positive for, guess what, PCP and cocaine use. His new crimes involved having a gun and sneaking PCP into the jail. So not only are you dealing with a damn delusional ass person who has a reprobated mind, and people are like, well, what does a reprobated mind mean? It's just a term they use in church to say that people, you know what I'm saying, even when you want to do right, you can't do right. And sometimes you don't even think about doing damn right no more. You just have a mind who just program on doing wrong, doing evil things. That what reprobated means. You know what I'm saying? It means to be handed over to the devil for people who grew up in church with that terminology. Anyway, let's continue. Now, this is what the prosecutors had to say who was prosecuting the case with Lawrence Paul Anderson. They said he should serve his whole sentence. The prosecutors told the Pardon and Parole Board in the 2017 report. So it clearly goes to show at this point, the people in Oklahoma, the district attorney, the prosecutors and whatnot, was very tired of seeing Lawrence Paul Anderson come into their courtroom after giving him a slap on the wrist. You would think after so many chances this guy would have cleaned his life around, you know what I'm saying, and walked a straight and narrow path and became a productive citizen and made something of himself. But guess what? Some people just ain't gonna do shit with their life, and that's just the truth. But do not let this deter you from helping people, your loved ones or whatnot, family and friends who have went to jail, who are just getting out of prison. Because these circumstances are not for everybody, but it just goes to show you that you must be aware. And also look at people if they have any drug use, and especially if they have any kinds of mental illness. Because one thing about it, drugs and mental illness do not mix. But at the same time, I'm not saying that the state of Oklahoma was wrong for releasing Lawrence Paul Anderson early. But I will say this. I mean, it does make the whole situation look bad due to the gruesome and horrific deaths that he caused on these people. But, you know, we cannot sit up here and judge everybody by this same standard. Anyway, you all let me know what you think about this story. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Also, share this video with your family and friends. Till next time, you all stay blessed, stay prayed up, and remember this. Spiritual warfare is where you have people who have demons in them. You can call it what you want to call it. You can call it people are acting out. But guess what? It's something in them that's making them act that way. And people need to recognize that. Anyway, you all stay blessed. Keep your eyes open. Stay prayed up. And you all have a blessed day. And I'll see y'all again on the next Trey King Show. I'm out.